प्रेम से बोलो जगदम्बे भवानी शंकर माता की जय। जय जय सीताराम सब कोई। सत श्री अकाल, जय गुरुदत्ता, ओम साई राम। Buenos tardes. We're in Miami after all. Pleasant good evening to each and every one. Let us all sit upright for a few minutes. And as we do so, we take a deep breath. Fill the lungs to capacity. Keep your back straight if you can, upright. Exhale. Now I want you to gently close your eyes as you take the next breath. Fill the lungs to capacity again. Let the air and oxygen flow through all the capillaries, the tiniest blood vessels in this body, purifying every single cell. Release, drop the shoulders and relax. Take another deep breath. Fill the lungs. Exhale and relax. Now to the center of your forehead where the eyes close, the back is still straight, upright. Bring that image of Bhagwan Sri Ganesha, Prathama Pujya Vinayaka. And subliminally now we bow to his feet this evening here at beautiful Amar Jyoti Mandir. And for those tuned in all over the world this evening joining us virtually, we say Swagatam, we say welcome. As we begin this beautiful evening of devotion, Ramayana Satsangh, we have already been blessed by the beautiful mantras and beautiful chanting of our group, the Kasi family and the Nirmalji, and all of you joining us this evening, creating positive vibrations, removing all the negativities that may be around us, and only focus on God, and G-O-D equals L-O-V-E. This is what we are here for this evening. We call upon Prathama Pujya Vinayaka, the removal of all obstacles. Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Om. Sri Ganeshaya Namaha, Shri Saraswati Namaha, Shri Guru Charana Kamalebhyo Namo Namaha. Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwara Gurur Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. We bow to the Divine Mother Jagadambe Ma, Bhavani Shankar Ma. Navratri approaches us in a couple of days. Ma, we can't wait, we can hardly wait to glorify you, to puja you, to worship you. For those 9 glorious nights of Navratri, we call upon you. Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu Shakti Rupen Samstita Namastasye 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 Namo Namah. We bow now to Bholenath, Shiva Shankar Bhagwan. Karpur Gauram Karunavataram Sansar Saram Bhujagendraharam Sada Vasantam Hridayarabinde Bhavam Bhavani Sahitam Namami. We go before the feet of Mahavir Swami, Pavanaputra Hanumanji, the remove of all obstacles, all problems, all pains and tribulations. Atulit Baladhamam Hema Danujavan Krishanum Jnaninamagaganyam Sakal Gunanidhanam Vanaranam Adhisham रघुपति प्रिय भक्तम वात जातम नमामि. Murli Manohar Ghanshyam, Bhake Vrindavan Bihari Lal, as he blows, Bhagavan Shri Krishna blows his mystical basuri through, opening up the 7 chakras in his body, we glorify him. Vasudeva Sutam Devam, Kansa Chanur Mardanam, Devaki Paramanandam, Krishnam Vande Jagat Gurum. यदा यदा हि धर्मस्य ग्लानिर्भवति भारत अभ्युत्थानमस्य धर्मस्य तदात्मानं सृजाम्यहम् परित्राणाय साधूनां विनाशाय च दुष्कृतां धर्म संस्थापनार्थाय संभवामि युगे युगे. Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Om. We chant now the Maha Mantra, Sri Gayatri Mantra 3 times. Again, with our eyes closed, our hands clasped, and our backs are upright. We chant. Om Bhurvuvah Swaha Tat Saviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Na Prachodayat. Om Bhurvuvah Swaha Tat Saviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Na Prachodayat. Om Bhurvuvah Swaha Tat Saviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Na Prachodayat. Prem se bol Shri Gayatri Mata Maharani ki Jai. Let us now go into 1 minute of absolute silence as we pay respects to all those who are loved ones we have lost over the past few weeks, past few months, and to rekindle our thoughts, to forget everything that we have done or thought of prior to coming to Satsangh this evening, and just focus now on that image of Hanuman. 1 minute of utmost silence, please. It will be a good time also to silence those beautiful ringtones on your cell phones. Thank you. Jai Shri Krishna. What sound did you all, or what sound came to your ear while your eyes were closed just now? Anybody? But wait, Auntie, I'll pick on you, Auntie Raju. Auntie Raju smiled. Auntie Raju, what sound were you listening to? Om. Very nice. I was listening to the air condition humming.
I didn't hear that.
You didn't hear? Very good. That's, see? Make sure you get extra Persad tonight. That is the goal. That is the gist, when you can tune everything out, including the humming of the air conditioning, and focus on Om. This is why we're here this evening. Welcome, Swagatam. It's been a while since I've been to Amar Jyoti Mandir, but for the rest of the year, I should be here at least minimum 3 times. 3 more times, I should say. This evening, it's a beautiful evening of devotion. I'm joined by some wonderful devotees. Our Kirtan group from Fort Lauderdale, like you to give them a lovely round of applause. The Kasi family, and of course, Nirmalji. And to all of you here in South Miami, welcome again to Amar Jyoti Mandir. We began this evening by chanting a beautiful bhajan to Bhagwan Sri Ganesha. And the order of bhajans when we begin satsang is always, we start with Pratham Pujye, Lord Ganesha is first. Then we go to the feet of Ma, Jagadambe Ma, which Arti did very beautifully. What was the name of the bhajan? Amba Shankari. One of the names of Bhagwan, of Mataji, Amba Shankari. Adi Raja, Mataji is missing something from her hands, not so? This hand is empty. Something is missing. I noticed when I went to bow, so okay. We'll investigate that. Something is missing from our hand. And then from the Divine Mother, we then go to the feet of the Guru. In our lives, every single one of us should have at least 2 gurus. Who are they? Maybe. Mother. What about the father? Mother and father, yes. Excuse me. Our scriptures teaches us, Matru Deva Bhava, Pitru Deva Bhava, Atiti Deva Bhava. Mother is always first, father and guru. And speaking of parents tonight, I believe my parents are joining us all the way down in Ramayana in Trinidad, Ma, Daddy, Sita Ram. And today is a very special day. This Katha tonight I want to dedicate it to my father. Why? Because tomorrow he celebrates his 85th birthday. So Dad, from all of us here in Amar Jyoti Mandir, we send our love to you. Sri Pandit Teacher Tulsi Persad, 85th. And still going strong with Bhagwan's blessings. And April 7th, tomorrow, we'll celebrate his birthday. So, in the 1970s, my late Guruji, the late Pandit Ramprasad Tiwari, also known as Dardi Baba, made or recorded an album called Ramayana Record. That was the name of the album. It was, in those days, it was red and white, not black and white. And my father sang this bhajan on that album, dedicated to the Guru. And simply meaning, the bhajan tells us, you don't need to go to any religious site. You don't need to go to the Ganga, the Yamuna. You don't need to go to all these places. When? The sacred dust on the feet of the Guru. All you need to do is to take that and place it on your forehead. And you will be blessed for life. Simple bhajan. Join with me. Guru Charanan Man Bhayo Re, Guru Charanan Man Bhayo, Guru Charanan Man Bhayo Re, Guru Charanan Man Bhayo, Ghat hi mein Ganga, घट ही में जमुना, राम है राम 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 राम, घट ही में गंगा, घट ही में जमुना, घट ही में हरि दर्शायो रे, घट ही में हरि दर्शायो रे, गुरु चरणन मन भायो, गुरु चरणन मन भायो रे, गुरु चरणन मन भायो। ना जाओ गोकुला, ना जाओ मथुरा, राम है राम 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 राम, ना जाओ गोकुला, ना जाओ मथुरा, घट ही में सब ही समायो रे, घट ही में सब ही समायो रे, चरणन मन भायो, गुरु चरणन मन भायो रे, गुरु चरणन मन भायो। सूरदास नैना बिना देखे, राम है राम 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 राम, सूरदास नैना बिना देखे, मन आनंद समायो रे, मन आनंद समायो रे, charanana man bhayo, Guru charanana man bhayo. Prem se bolo Shri Guru Maharaj ki jai. Wherever your gurus are, if your gurus have gone to the beyond, please seek their subliminal blessings in your minds tonight as we bow to the feet of the gurus.
Something wrong with that channel. It's only coming up on the left side.
Okay, no problem.
So I don't know if it's a snake that's bad.
Just pop the cord.
I don't leave that. I was just checking.
Okay. While engineer Shivaji, hardworking as ever, makes the modifications for us to sound better. On behalf of the board of directors here, our President Ramji and Auntie Rajo, Vice President, Asabi Didi, and all of the Auntie Beverly, and all of the other board members, Pandit Vijay as well, would like to welcome you here this evening. As we do every Saturday, we glorify Mahavir Swami, Pavanaputra Hanumanji. In a couple of weeks, April 23rd to be exact, we celebrate Sri Hanuman Jayanti. And if you have not made plans yet, I implore all of you, prepare yourselves, meaning your homes and most importantly your hearts, to receive the blessings of Mahavir Swami. On this Tuesday, it falls on a Tuesday, his auspicious day, one of his auspicious days, it is recommended that we are up early in the morning, Brahma Muhurat, between the hours of 3 and 4, and by 5 a.m. we should be performing Sri Hanuman Puja. And simple puja, you can make prasadam, or you can offer fruits to him, light a diya, glorify him, but most importantly, recite and sing Sri Hanuman Chalisa. Goswami Tulsidas Ji wrote and composed this most powerful, most potent form of spiritual medication called Sri Hanuman Chalisa. Well, let me finish what I was saying. Okay, sure. So, we will sing this evening, but first let's have Shiva fix the sound system for us, okay? And Arti, I think he said he wanted you to sing a song, so go ahead. Okay. My apologies to those joining us online this evening, or remotely. We are just correcting our sound system, and we'll be
It should be good. Let me just see.
on shortly. It should be good. Have no fear when Shivaji is here.
Try.
Check. 1, 2, yes. Sounds good? Alright. If you are not familiar, if you don't know Hanuman Chalisa by memory, I'm sure every single one of you has a cell phone. Google Baba has it. Okay? So please, I'd like you to join me and sing to the top of your voice. If you have any pains in your body, if you're not feeling well, if you're feeling down and out, if you've had a rough week, a rough month, a rough year, a rough day, if you know of anyone who is in a hospital, anyone who is sick and suffering, if anyone in your life who needs a boost of spiritual energy to uplift them tonight, channel the positivity which we are about to read now from the glorification of Sri Hanuman Baba. Prem se bolo Pavanaputra Hanuman ki jai. Shri Guru Charan Saroj Raju Nij Man Mukur Sudhari Varno Raghubar Bimal Jasurmaji Jodayaku Phalchari Sumilo Pavan Kumar Balbudhi Vijayane Muni Arabu Kalesha Ram Siya Ram Siya Ram Jai Jai Ram Ram Siya Ram Siya Ram Jai Jai Ram Ram Siya Ram Siya Ram Jai Jai Ram Siya Ram Siya Ram Jai Jai Ram Jai Hanuman Jai Sagar Jai राम काज करिबे को आतुर राम लखन सीता मन बसिया रामचंद्र के काज सवारे वीर रघुवीर हर शिव लाए तुम मम प्रिय भर कई सब भाई श्रीपति कंठ करावे नारद शारद सहित कवि कोविद कई सखै कहाते राम मिलाए राजपत दीवा मन के सर भय सब जग जाना मधुर फल जाना जय हिलांगी जय जग जनाही सुखमय अनुग्रह तुमरे देते तुम रक्षक का भोगो तीनों लोक हाथ के कापे महावीर जब नाम सुनावे जपत निरंतर हनुमत वीरा मन क्रम वचन ध्यान धरावे इनके काज सकल तुम साजा सोई अमित जीवन फल पावे है पर सिद्ध जगत उजियारा असुर निकंदन राम दुलारी असवर दीन जानकी माता सदा रहो रघुपति के दाता जन्म जन्म के दुख बिसरावे जहाँ जन्म हरि भक्त कहाई हनुमत से सर्व सुख करई जो सुमिरे हनुमत बलबीरा कृपा करो गुरुदेव की नाई कृपा करो गुरुदेव की नाई सूत ही बंदी महासुख होई होई सिद्ध काठी गौरी सा नाथ हृदय महादेरा मंगल मूर्ति रूप राम लखन सीता सहित हृदय सुरभूप श्यामल रामचंद्र की जय। प्रेम से बोलो पवन पुत्र हनुमान की। अभी कितनी बेहतर है। प्रेम से बोलो पवन पुत्र हनुमान की जय। धन्यवाद निर्मल भैया। The goddess of music, the goddess of knowledge, the goddess of the arts. Who is she? Mother Saraswati. As we begin this evening, we glorify her in this Saraswati Vandana, made popular by the late Pandit Sri Nirmal Maharaj Ji of Trinidad many years ago. And it seeks the blessings of Saraswati Devi Ma as we play music as musicians, even our sound engineer, and of course, as we make an attempt to extract the nectar from the scriptures of Sri Ramacharita tonight. We glorify Saraswati Devi Bhagwan, Mataji tonight. Ya kundendu tushar har dhavala, Ya shubhra vastramrita, Ya veena vardanda mandita kara, या श्वेत पद्मासना, या ब्रह्माच्युत शंकर प्रभृतिभिः देवे सदा वंदिता सामान पातु सरस्वती भगवती निशेष जाड्यापहा जय 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 श्री सरस्वती माता हरि बोल sing with me come on Shri Saraswati Mata Jai 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 Siya Mata Sri Mata Saraswati Mata Prathama Binava mein Shri Ganesh ko Duje Saraswati तीजे मैं बिनामती देव को जो यहाँ से चले बोलो जय जय श्री सरस्वती माता मैं बिना वो पंच सभी को ज्ञान तुझे जो लगाए रामायण की अनुपम करमी और सागर पार करे प्रेम से बोलो श्री सरस्वती देवी माता की जय. I know it's been a while since I've been here at Amar Jyoti Mandir, but let me refresh you of a very simple concept. See, musical instruments are very expensive, but God has given us two that are free of charge. Most of us, and they work like this. And I learned this many years ago, but recently I was doing a yajna in Orlando, and an uncle who was in the audience who taught me this many years ago. Every time I chant Jaikar, like Prem se bolo Pavanaputta Hanuman ki Jai, he goes like this. So I thought I was doing something wrong. So when the yajna was finished now, I said, Uncle, come. Every time I say Jaikar, you will clap. He put his hand on my shoulder. He said, son, let me teach you something today. When you clap like this, anything that's negative from around you goes away. Also, if you travel up north, New York, Canada, wherever, in the winter time especially, there's something called static electricity, no? When you touch the car. Sometimes it happens here in Florida too, depending on the type of clothing you wear. That is negative energy hitting or positive energy hitting negative energy. Similarly, around us, to get rid of that negative energy, you clap. Uncle taught me a very vital lesson. And you see, whenever you feel heavy, I'm not talking about overweight, whenever you feel heavy, like something negative, something is holding you back, clap, and you'll see all that negative energy is gone. So tonight, in this institution of learning and healing called the Amar Jyoti Mandir, We are going to clap and we're going to chase away all those negative atoms, as we want to call it, that are around us. Or anything that's negative. Because I notice some of you are not smiling. And when you come before God, you better smile. Because you know, the more you smile, it only takes 2 muscles to smile, you know, right? And look at them. Look at the beautiful murtis. They're all smiling. I wonder how many muscles they're using. Very smart. Give that child some extra personality in the Katha, right? As we begin this evening, simply I ask you to clap. Let us celebrate this beautiful evening that God has given us in this month before, as we approach Navratri. And you know what? Bhagwan Goswami Tulsidas, she tells us, you know, Satya Samagam Hari Katha Tulsi Durlabha Doi Sutadara or Lakshmi Papi Ke Bihoi. The only reason we are here in Satsangh today is not because you saw an invitation on Facebook or Auntie Raju invited everybody to come. It is because of a past good deed that we have done. Maybe not us, maybe our parents, maybe our forefathers, to allow us this opportunity, this golden opportunity to sit in front of these beautiful murtis among such wonderful devotees and listen to Ram Katha. This age of Rama, you know, recently, I think it was in November or October of last year. No, sorry, January of this year. Sri Ram Mandir, Janmabhoomi opened up in Ayodhya. We were there just last month with our trip. And Ayodhya, Rama, this seems to be the theme in the world. The bookstore, the Gita Press, one of the most popular printers in India. They ran out of Ramayans, first time in history. Everybody they're hungry for Ram. Tonight, I want that hunger, that thirst that you have come to Amar Jyoti with to be quenched. And how we're going to do that? We're going to clap, we're going to sing, we're going to smile, and we're all going to enjoy this evening's Katha. Prem se bolo Prabhu Ramachandra Bhagavan ki Jai. Ramayana Sumiran, we sing Jo Sumiran to Siddhi Ho, Gananayak Kariwara Badam. We praise Lord Ganesha, Madhavani, the goddess of speech, Goswami Tulsidas Ji, and of course, the sage Valmiki. Jo Sumirat Siddhi Ho, Gananayak Kariwara Badam. Jo Sumirat Siddhi Ho, Is there any way to get reverb on the monitors? No? Can I get some more, please? Ramayana Sumirat Pandana. ध्येयं सदा परिभवानमभीष्टदोहम् तीर्थास्पदं शिवविरञ्चनुतं स्मरण्यम् प्रेत्यार्तिहं प्रणतपाल भवामि पोतम् वन्दे महापुरुषुते चरणारविन्दम् नीलाम्भुजं श्यामलकोमलाङ्गं सीता समारोपितुभामुभाग्यम् पाणो महासायकचारुचापम् नमामि रामम् रघुवंशनाथम्. Ramayana Katha. Lanka Kand. Tonight's Katha takes us to the point in Ramayana. The war has just been won. And the celebration amongst the Vanas have begun. Sri Ramchandra ji is preparing now to return back home. Where is his home? Ayodhya. Now, let us examine the meaning of the word Ayodhya. Ayud. What is Yud? Yud is war. Ayud means the place that has no war. Can we safely say that our hearts is Ayodhya? Look at the analogy now. If we make our hearts Ayodhya, meaning a place of no war, only love and peace, who do you think is going to come to reside in our hearts? Ram. Isn't that the goal of life? Just as how everyone is rushing to Ayodhya to get a glimpse of Ram Lala, Ayodhya is right here. And the minute we put up the white flag and say, okay, peace, no war, Ram comes to live in our hearts. And if Rama is with us, we will always smile. Every single word that comes out of this mouth will be pure, will be truth, it will be loving. We will not hurt anyone. You know, Baba tells us, Bhagwan Shri Sathya Sai Baba, help ever, hurt never. And this is Ayodhya. Lord Rama is returning to Ayodhya for the beginning now of Ram Raj, the Ram era. What is this period of time called Ram Raj? Our president name is Ram Raj also. Ram Raj, the reign or the period, the time that Lord Rama was in charge. The Rama era will come, according to Baba, into existence the moment we give up this thing called ostentation and develop faith and lead a good life. Then everyone becomes a lover of Rama. Rama is not necessarily the son of Dashrath, you know. No. The Atma, the soul that exists in every single one of us is Ram. We have all been gifted with that, devotees. Celestial spheres are evolving, meaning the planets are disintegrating. What is happening on Monday? Eclipse of what? The moon or the sun? Solar eclipse. So too, time is fleeting. Every second of this watch, time is fleeting. That second will never come back again. And what do we do? What do we spend our time doing instead of contemplating on God? Yes. Right now there's another war that's brewing. If you're following the news in the Middle East, there's another war that the US may also get involved in. We pray for peace, that these fellows will take the ego away and install Rama instead now. Brothers and sisters, our bodies that have taken birth on this planet will grow, and one day too it will die. Anything that is born must die. But the urge to purify our lives with good works, good thoughts, is seldom evident. We have to look for this. And through the process of giving up meaning making sacrifices, great things can be achieved. Sometimes, people come and say, Baba, if God give me X, Y, Z, I will do ABC. That to some categories okay. But if God doesn't give you the X, Y, Z, are you still going to do the ABC? Yes. Brothers and sisters, the past is beyond recovery. Let us not worry about the past. That is beyond recovery. We can't change the past. Those days are gone. But tomorrow is coming towards you. And it's coming very fast, just as this second hand is moving on this watch. Let us picture this most auspicious moment in Ramayana. A war has been won. Good has triumphed over evil. The evil king Ravan is dead, and all his army as well. Those who have survived, they become prisoners. They're given up. The ocean of bliss, Lord Rama, is about to set now begin his journey to Ayodhya. Goswami Tulsidas Ji now creates the scene for this opening doha in Lanka. Just came from Lanka as well. What a beautiful country, island. Many epics of Ramayana is still there. Many remnants of Ramayana, including, I'll describe it to you later, a footprint of Mahavir Swami, Hanuman Ji. It is there in a rock. Seen it. Kissed it with my own lips. Devotees, Goswami Tulsidas Ji now tells us, the bridge is there. All of the Vanas now are in their jubilation. They're celebrating. And they're ready now to go back home. Lord Rama speaks to them. Goswami Tulsidas Ji tells us in this opening doha. Let us see what he says. Welcome, Swagatam. Goswami Tulsidas Ji writes in this opening doha, Prabhu Parita Kapi Bhalu. What is Bhalu? Bhalu is bears. Sab Rama Rupa Ururakhi, Harsha Bisad Sahita Chale, Vinaya Vibidha Vidhi Bhasi. The Vanas, the celestial beings and the bears, they became overpowered with emotions. Why? Because they saw already what was in the mind of Lord Rama. What was in the mind of Lord Rama? Jai Raghunandan, Jai Siya Ram, Man se jap le tu Sita Ram. Jai Raghunandan, Jai Siya Ram, Jai Raghunandan, Jai Siya Ram. मन से जप ले तू सीताराम. जय जय राम हे राम, जय जय राम सीताराम. Devotees, they became very emotional because they were being told, or they knew what was going to happen next. The thousands of them could not all go back to Ayodhya. They had to go back to their own homes. You know, long ago, I'm not sure if it's still, sometimes it happens today, no? My brother Ram will remember, definitely. Long ago when we would do yagyas in Trinidad, my father's group, my guru's group, 7 nights, 9 nights in a particular village, particular town. On that last night, halfway through the yagya, there was never a dry eye in the audience. Everyone, not sad, but yearning for more. And you know what? When the cars were driving off with the group, they would line the street with rice and throw the rice. Why were they throwing the rice? Running us away? What does that signify? Come again. You will come back again. Right? So if somebody visits your house and you don't want them to come again, don't throw the rice. Even a newly wedded couple. when they are leaving, when the barat is leaving, we throw the rice. May you come again, right? Devotees, sadness took over all of these celestial beings. They began to cry, they began to wail. Why? Lord Rama is going back to Ayodhya, and they are going back to their respective homes. Long ago even, I'll go back to Trinidad again. Long ago when one would leave, a loved one would depart from Trinidad. I remember the first time I left Trinidad, they had about 3 or 4 maxi taxis, about 50 people came to the airport. You talk about crying? Oh my God. Sabi. Now you have to call a Uber. Devotees, the mood was somber. And when you have a glorious moment with God, just like when you sit here, you sit amongst these murtis, you perform pujan, yajna is going on, and you feel that connection like you're feeling tonight with the murtis. It's sometimes very difficult to get up and leave. You know, when you are in company of the Lord of the universe, what else really matters? Have no fear. When I am here, Baba tells us. He says, why fear when I am here? Why fear when I am here? So says Baba, Satya Sai Baba, Satya Sai Baba, my Lord. Why fear when I am here? Why fear when I am here? So says Baba, Satya Sai Baba, Satya Sai Baba, my Lord. So says Baba, Satya Sai Baba, Satya Sai Baba, my Lord. Why fear when I am here? Any one of them, any form. God is but one. You know, in obeisance to the Lord's commands, even though they were against it, all the Vanas and bears, most of them that is, they dispersed with a mixed feeling. You know, we have a saying here in the US, bittersweet. You have heard this before, no? With a mixed feeling, you know. And many now, they began to enshrine Lord Rama's image in their heart. This is what we are doing tonight. Goswami Tulsidas Ji once again puts pen to paper as he tells us what is about to take place next in this opening chaupai. Let's see what he says. Tonight, I'm going to ask all of you, we're going to sing Ramayana, every single one of us. It's very simple. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. That's it, okay? Come on. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Rama. Beautiful, okay? Shri Ram, Jai Rama, Jai Jai Rama. One more time, come on, follow. Shri Ram, Jai Rama, Jai Jai Rama. Shri Ram, Jai Rama, Jai Jai Rama. Saguna hoi sundar charuasa. Mana prasanna nirmala nav asa. Bolo. Shri Ram, Jai Rama, Jai Jai Rama. Ramachandra Bhagavan ki. You see how beautiful you all sound? That's Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. You know what that does for you as well? We have medical trained staff in the audience tonight. It drops your blood pressure, right, Sabi? Just the utterance of the name of Ram. As Goswami Tulsidas Ji writes, Saguna hoi sundar chaha pasa, man prasanna nirbala nabha asa, kaha raghuvir dekhurana sita, lakshmana iha hetu indrajita. The aerial car, which is called a Pushpak Viman, in those days they had spaceships. This is what it was, an aerial car. As it alighted from the ground, devotees, Divanas raised a thunderous applause and they're chanting. What do you think they were chanting? Anybody? Jai Shri Ram, Jai Shri Ram. This brings me back to our trip to Ayodhya last month. We had a 1 hour and 20-minute flight from New Delhi to Ayodhya airport. And on this plane, from the time we got onto the plane was full, packed, 200-300 people. Every 2 minutes, someone in the plane, including myself, would chant Jai Shri Ram, and the whole plane responded Jai Shri Ram. Let me tell you, by the time we got to Ayodhya, we were so supercharged with Ram. Because that's the whole utterance in the plane. There was no singing, there was no reading, there was no, other than the pilot's announcements, everybody, Jai Shri Ram, Jai Shri, it was going all over the place like this. What a beautiful sight, what a beautiful thing to listen to. Devotees, just as we were chanting in the airplane, all the Divanas now, Jai Shri Ram, and they're throwing flowers. Flowers are falling from the heavens in celebration of the victory of Ram. And the aerial car now began to move. Goswami Tulsidas Ji, as he glorifies Lord Rama in Ramayana, the Vanas began to sing, and we'll all sing tonight this beautiful bhajan. Jai Raghunandan Jai Shri Ram. The bhajan means, O support of the universe, the bestower of bliss, and to the end of the birth and death, salutations to you, O Ram. Shri Ram Chandra Asrit Parijataha Samasta Kalyan Guna Viramaha Sita Mukham Guru Chancharikaha Nirantam Mangalam Mattanodhi. Jai Raghunandan Jai Siya Ram, Jai Raghunandan Jai. Come on, everybody, follow. Jai Raghunandan Jai Siya Ram, Jai Raghunandan Jai Siya Ram. Hey Dukh Bhanjan Tumhe Pranam, Hey Dukh Bhanjan Tumhe Pranam. Jai Raghunandan Jai Siya Ram, Jai Raghunandan Jai Siya Ram. Brat brat ko हे परमेश्वर स्नेह तुम्ही सिखला दे. ब्रात ब्रात को हे परमेश्वर स्नेह तुम्ही सिखला दे. नर नारी के प्रेम की ज्योति जग में तुम्ही जलाते. ओ नैया की हेवनहारे, ओ नैया की हेवनहारे, जपो में तुमरो नाम. जय रघुनंदन जय सिया राम. बोलो जय रघुनंदन जय सिया राम. सागर प्रभु जी तुम ही पालनहारे. जो भी तुम्हारी आस लगाए बने उसी के काम। जय रघुनंदन जय सिया राम, जय रघुनंदन जय सिया राम। हे दुख भंजन तुम्हें प्रणाम, हे दुख भंजन तुम्हें प्रणाम। जय रघुनंदन जय सिया राम, जय रघुनंदन जय सिया राम, जय रघुनंदन जय सिया राम, जय रघुनंदन जय सिया राम। प्रभु रामचंद्र भगवान की जय। Devotees, the Katha continues. As the Pushpak Viman, that aerial car now, climbed into the skies, it became smaller and smaller and smaller, and it began its movement northward. Remember, India is here, Lanka is to the southeast, so it's going to a northeast direction. Then, according to the Chopai, Goswami Tulsidasi writes, Lord Rama then drew Mother Sita's attention, because when she was captured by Ravan, she didn't see much that was happening on the ground. So, Lord Rama is now showing her from the Pushpak Viman. She says, Janaki, Devi, here is where Lakshman overpowered and killed Meghnad, Indrajit, the son of Ravan. He showed her some other spots where similar victories were won. And then he showed her the bridge. The Western world has named this bridge the Adam's Bridge. This is not Adam's Bridge. Our Katha, our Ramayana, or scriptures calls it Rama Setu, which is still there today, even though parts of it are submerged by what I've seen this with my own eyes. Rocks are still floating, devotees. That bridge exists today. It connects the southern shore of India in a place called Dhanushkodi or Rameshwaram to a place called Mannar in north of Sri Lanka. That bridge exists today. If you go to NASA and you type in Adam's Bridge, you will see what the satellite image of the bridge looks like. Brothers and sisters, very soon now, that aerial chariot reached the Dandak forest, that great big forest in India that is called the Dandakaranya. Rama, he had the vehicle now, the Pushpak Viman, land before the hermitage of the sages Agastya Muni and others. Why? With Sita, Lakshman and the other members of his entourage, Rama visited the holy sages and paid reverential homage to them, give them praise and thanks. And then, after now taking leave of them, he took off again in the aerial car and went to the hills of Chitrakoot. You'll remember from previous kathas, this is where he resided with Mother Sita. There too, he offered prostrations to the sages and went up into the sky again over the hills now of Kishkinda. While the aerial car was speeding very fast towards Ayodhya, Rama indicated to Mother Sita now the holy rivers of the Ganga and the Yamuna, the Ganges. Mother Sita in her mind offered worship to the holy streams. And soon they could see the confluence of three rivers called Prayagraj, and which is where the Ganga, the Yamuna and the Saraswati, which flows underground, meets. In this area of Prayagraj, from that position, they can actually see, it's not that far, they can actually see the city of Ayodhya from up above. But here, they paid their respects now to the chieftain, Guha. Guha was this boatman that crossed them over the river, you remember from Ayodhya Khan in previous kathas. When they were now going into exile, he was the one that crossed them over the river. And he made a promise, they made a promise to him, that upon return, after the 14 years of exile was over, that they will use his services to cross the river again. Now you ask the question, they have this aerial car, they can go to Ayodhya in a flash. Why were they going to go down to the ground now and go sit in this man's boat and cross the river? You see, devotees, Lord Rama is teaching us in Chopai, he says, Raghukul Reet Sada Chali Aayi. What is the rest? Chaye par vachan na jaye. Raghukul Reet Sada Chali Aayi. Pran jaye par vachan na jaye. When you see you give someone your word, you never fall back on it, even if it means your life. This is why Lord Rama landed the Pushpak Viman, got out of it with Mother Sita and Lakshman, and went straight to Guha. And because of the promise made, the promise kept. O Guha, we are victorious. We have come to the end of almost to the 14 years. It was 13 years and change. And we'd like you now to take us across the river. How do you think Guha felt? He had already washed the feet and drank the water 14 years prior when Lord Rama was going into the forest. So his path, his moksha, was guaranteed. Here now he has the opportunity because he knows just by being in the company of the Lord, that path to go back home is there, it is ready. And then as they began to cross the Ganga now, the boat and Guha rowing the boat, Mother Sita, this came to her mind. The bhajan tells us, where does the river Ganga come from? Where does the river Ganga go? Like sunshine and shade, it rides the waves of the water. Multicolored cups, some made of glass, some made of clay. When thirsty, all vessels are the same holding water. Millions of forms have thread this world. Millions of faces we see. With love in our hearts, we must see all as one. Oneness in our hearts, in our homes, in our families, in our communities, in our temples, in our churches, in our mosques, in our synagogues, amongst leaders of the world. Yes, amongst our Pandits, our Imams, our priests, all in power and position. All should be at one. Ganga aaye kahan se, Ganga jaye kahan re, aaye kahan se, jaye kahan re, लहरा एक पानी में जैसे धूप छाँव रे. गंगा आए कहाँ से, गंगा जाए कहाँ रे, लहरा तो पानी में जैसे धूप छाओ रे. गंगा आए कहाँ से, गंगा जाए कहाँ रे, लहरा तो पानी में जैसे धूप छाओ रे. रात कारी दिन उजियारा मिल गए दोनों साए, रात कारी दिन उजियारा मिल गए दोनों साए. आज देखने रंग रूप के कैसे भेद मिटाए रे, लहरा पानी में जैसे धूप छाओ रे. गंगा आए कहाँ से, गंगा जाए कहाँ रे, लहरा तो पानी में जैसे धूप छाओ रे. गंगा गंगा जाए कहाँ रे. प्रेम से बोलो श्री गंगा माता महारानी की जय. Private Sajjano devotees, one more day remained now to be spent in exile outside the city. So Rama and Hanumanji now, he asked Hanumanji, only one more day is left. 364 days have elapsed and 13 years. Hanumanji, disguise yourself as a sadhu and go into Ayodhya. He was to tell Bharat the news that Rama and others were coming back now and Bharat needs to be ready. You see, prana jaye par vachana na jaye. When Lord Rama was being exiled into the forest, Bharat made a very solemn statement. He says, okay, I'm not taking the throne. I will not sit on that throne until my brother comes back. But if he doesn't return when the clock hits 12 o'clock or whatever time it was, on that 14th year, I will end my life. And this is why Hanumanji now was dispatched to send that message to Bharat. Hey, don't do anything silly. I'm coming. Lord Rama is telling him. Rama, Lakshman, Mother Sita, and all who had come with him now, they move now into the hermitage of the sage Bharadwaj, very, very near in Prayaga, and accepted the hospitality that the sage has brought. Goswami Tulsidas Ji now writes in our next chaupai. Let us see what he says as they continue this journey northwards into Ayodhya. Shri Rama Jaya Rama Jaya Jaya Rama कौसल्या हमारी भरत ही कौसल्या हमारी सुनेहु समाचारालय शुभ चलितेहु। श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम। श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम। श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम। प्रेम से बोलो प्रभु रामचंद्र भगवान की जय। Hanuman ji now, from this spot in Prayaga, he got to Ayodhya like in a wink of an eye. How? Why? How does he travel so fast? Does he have jet engines? No. What does he use? A broom? How did he get to Ayodhya so fast? Somebody said it? Blessings of Sri Ram. But his jet fuel was always Jai Shri Ram. Whenever you feel depressed, whenever you feel down and out, don't call Baba, you know. Jai Shri Ram. This is like jet fuel. Try it, devotees. Try it. It works. It may not get you out of a traffic jam or trouble situation, but Jai Shri Ram energizes your mind, energizes your body, and brings you closer to Rama. And Hanumanji now, Jai Shri Ram, and he reaches to Ayodhya. Goswami Tulsidas tells us, तुरत पवन सुत गावंत भायो तब प्रभु भारद्वाज पाही गायो श्री राम जय रामा. Ati Sundaram. Ramayana is so sweet, you know. Hanumanji found when he got to Ayodhya now, all the residents of Ayodhya, they were lean. They were famished, they were despondent, and they were depressed. Because they haven't really had food or drink. When I say food or drink, Rama's absence had demoralized them. Many times as a Pandit, I have to counsel and coach families that sometimes children, they end any contact or relationship with parents. I hope there's nobody in the audience like that. I'm not throwing stones for anybody, or even online. But our parents are our gods on this earth. And the children in the audience tonight, don't ever make that mistake. I beg of you. Their disconnection from Rama created unhappiness, created famine, meaning they didn't feel to eat food because Rama was not there. 14 years had elapsed. And all over town, one could hear their grievings, their wailings. Ram, where is Ram? When is he coming back? Devotees, no one could move toward another human being to console them or to nurse them because everyone was so weak, despondent. But the rays of hopes now had now been cast by the news that Hanumanji was bringing. Bharat had some welcome premonitions. He had some dreams. You all believe in dreams? Yes? Okay. I do too. His right eye was twitching. You all familiar with this? So which is the eye that's good and bad now? Let me see if you all know. Left eye for men and women is different, not so? I think so. I think for men the left eye is bad, right? When the left eye started to twitch. If both eyes twitch in something different. See me after the Katha. Devotees, Bharat's right eye was twitching, something good, a good premonition, something good is going to happen. And he anticipated receiving now the news of Rama's entry into Ayodhya. It seemed like years, 14 years seems like hundreds of years. He grieved that one more day, yet I still have to wait one more day. You know, sometimes when I have to go to Trinidad, let's say to visit my parents, and I counted down, 10 more days, 9 more days. It's still one more day. Can't wait, I want to see them, And he was worried now, before Hanuman showed up, that Rama didn't send anybody to let him know that he was coming. He was counting on the days. He had it, marked off. 364, 13 years, 364, one more to go. Then, all of a sudden, Bharat now started to recount. He said, how fortunate is Lakshman? How fortunate is Lakshman, since he had 14 years to be in the presence of Rama, and I am here. Look at me, like a beggar, looking for my brother. How fortunate was Lakshman? And Bharat, he uttered these words. Goswami Tulsidashi tells us, the Lord casts me into this, for I am a hypocrite. Bharat is saying, my Lord is all about softness and sweetness. That is Ram. He is the kindest of kinsmen, of the downtrodden and the fallen. And he is compassion itself. He will certainly arrive tomorrow. Bharat began to console himself now. And just then, Hanumanji came within his sight, dressed as a sadhu. Hanumanji now, when he saw Bharat's condition, how do you think he felt? He became very sad. Hanumanji is a very compassionate fellow, He became very sad. His body, Bharat's body, had been reduced to bones, mere bones. His hair had become matted, like he didn't take a shower. And his eyes had become red with a perennial, constant flow of tears for his brother. But he kept on repeating the name Ram, 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 Ram. Devotees, do you know any brothers in this world today who will cherish another brother like this? I'm sure all of us here do. I don't have a brother, biological, but I have many Rakhi brothers. Hanumanji now was full of joy at the sight of Bharat, not by the way he looks, but by what he was chanting. And this is why in our scriptures it is written, wherever the name of Rama is being sung, guess who is present? Mahavira Swami. Yes, it is written in our scriptures. You can feel his energy. You can feel his presence. Hanumanji became full of joy when he heard the name of Rama. Every single pore, every single hair in his body stood. Jai Shri Ram. And his thoughts now began to run in several different directions. But he remembered his mission, and he poured the nectarine news now that he had brought into Bharat's thirsty ears. He said, Bharat, the person from whom you have been separated for all these years, and whom you are pining for all these days and nights, whose virtues and powers you have been extolling and reciting every moment of your life, who has guaranteed safety to the gods and security to the sages, who fosters truth and righteousness in all words, he, Rama, has just achieved victory over all enemies, and the gods are now singing his glories. Could you imagine Bharat's emotions now when he heard these nectarian words from Hanumanji? Just as a man suffering, from thirst, a man who is very thirsty, and he comes across this big bottle of ice cold water. That is how Bharat now became filled when he heard the joyous news of Hanumanji. He wondered, am I dreaming? Am I really listening to someone speaking about my brother? And then he assured himself that it was true. He says, how can this be an illusion? Who is the person who has brought this good news? Where did you come from? And he asked the visitor now, embracing him out of sheer gratitude. He didn't recognize him yet. And then Hanumanji replied, O Bharata, I am Hanuman, the son of Vayu, the wind god. He said, you seem to have forgotten. I am the Vanad who, while I was bringing the mountain with that Sanjeevani plant that you shut down. And we had a conversation. I told you about Ram Raj, what was going on in Lanka at the time. And then Bharat now, with tears in his eyes, he remembered and began to sing the praises of Hanumanji. Tonight, I ask all of you to clap and let us sing to the top of our voices the praises of Pavana Sutta Hanumanji. Prem se bolo Pavana Putta Hanuman ki! Prabhu Ramachandra ki Duta Hanumanta Anjaneya. Prabhu Ramachandra ki Duta Hanumanta Anjaneya. Prabhu Ramachandra ki Duta Hanumanta Anjaneya. Oh! Prabhu Ramachandra ki Duta Hanumanta Anjaneya. Hanumanta, Hanumanta, Hanumanta Anjaneya. Hey Pavana Putra Hanumanta, Bal Bhima Anjaneya. Hey Pavana Putra Hanumanta, बल भीमा आंजनेय, बल भीमा आंजनेय, बल भीमा, बल भीमा, बल भीमा आंजनेय, बल भीमा, बल भीमा, बल भीमा आंजनेय, बल भीमा आंजनेय, बल भीमा, बल भीमा आंजनेय, बल भीमा आंजनेय, जय हो, जय हो, जय हो आंजनेय, जय हो, जय हो, जय हो आंजनेय, जय हो आंजनेय, जय हो जय हो आंजनेय, जय हो आंजनेय, प्रभु रामचंद्र की दूता हनुमंता आंजनेय, प्रभु रामचंद्र की दूता हनुमंता आंजनेय, ओ हनुमंता आंजनेय, ओ हनुमंता आंजनेय। प्रेम से बोलो पवन पुत्र हनुमान की। Prabhu Ramachandra ki Duta. What is it, Duta? The servant of Ramaji. Bharat now, he rose most respectfully, overwhelmed with joy, and he bowed his head in reverence to Hanumanji. He says, O leader of the Vanars, you have demolished all my sorrow. Your very sight had ushered calm in my mind. And he says, how fortunate I am. How fortunate I am that I could see with my own eyes Rama's messenger in front of me. And he continued now to repeat these sentiments for a long time, praising Hanuman Baba. He says, is my Ram happy and hale? He's asking Hanumanji. He says, how is my mother Sita? Notice he didn't ask for Lakshmana. I'm just joking. He says, Hanuman, how am I to express my gratitude to you? How am I going to pay you? How am I going to give you an award, a reward for what you have done? What shall I give you in return? He says, I cannot find anything equal in preciousness to offer you in gratitude. So I will be indebted to you forever. Goswami Tulsidas, he tells us now in this next chapter. Let us see what he says. Ram Jaya Rama, Jaya Jaya Rama, Shri Ram Jaya Rama, Jaya Jaya Rama, Shri Ram Jaya Rama, Ihi Sandesha Sarisa Jag Mahi Kari Vichar De Eku Kachunahi Shri Ram Jaya Rama Jaya Jaya Rama Shri Ram Jaya Rama Jaya Jaya Rama Shri Ram Jaya Rama Nahi Natata Rinamai Tohi Apa Prabhu Ram Jaya Rama. Prabhu Ramachandra Bhagavan ki Jai. And in the last line of the Chaupai, Goswami Tulsidas says to her, Kahu kapi ka bhohi Kripala Gosai Sumirat mohi da as ki nahi. Everybody sing, come on. Shri Ram Jaya. Lovely. Again. Jai Jai. Shri Ram Jaya Rama. Jaya Jaya Rama. Prabhu Ramachandra Bhagavan ki Jai. Every time I come to Amar Jyoti, you all sing better and better and better. I have to have a call with Pandit Vijay. He's doing a great job. The sweetness of Ramayana. Devotees, this interaction between Bharat and Hanumanji went on. This is actually several pages in Ramayana, but we're going to skip over a beautiful exchange of words between these two at this point. Then Bharat now asked Hanumanji, Rama kahan hai? Where's Rama now? Where is he staying? I'm only one day left, but where is he staying? Tell me his exploits. Tell me how he fought into victory. I want to know. Unbearable eagerness is Bharat now. Hanumanji was struck by the devotion and dedication that Bharat now evinced, and he fell to his feet to demonstrate his admiration to him. He says, Bharat, Rama is very near to Ayodhya. What do you think Bharat, his heart now began to palpitate. He couldn't wait. As we say in Srinagar, was the word kilkite. Right? He was getting, restless. And he says, you can see him soon. You will see him soon. His achievements are indescribably wonderful. You'll notice. And he constantly remembers you, O Bharat. This statement now pierced Bharat's heart, and even more tears began to flow from his eyes. Why? His brother is in very, very deplorable conditions in the forest, to his mind, and he's calling my name. Devotees, the Lord of the worlds, Rama, he has said out of his own mouth that in the whole world, Hanumanji is relaying this now, in the whole world there's no brother equal to you, Bharat, in purity of heart and sharpness of intellect. And equipped so fully with all the virtues, how can those words be negated coming from Lord Rama? Bharat was overcome with delight, devotees. And he said, Hanuman, did Rama speak of me thus? Oh, how fortunate I am. And then again he embraced Hanumanji and they cried. And in our final doha this evening, let us see what Goswami Tulsidas writes. Devotees, Goswami Tulsidas writes, Rama prana prayanatha, Thoma satya vachana mamatat, Puni puni milata bharata suni, Harashana Hriday Samat. Hanumanji said to Bharat, to Rama, Bharat, you are as dear as his own life, my lord. Take my words to be true, O dear brother. And hearing this, Bharat again embraced Hanumanji, and with joy that could not be contained in his heart. And bowing his head now to Bharat's feet, Hanumanji forthwith returned to Prayagraj where Lord Rama was. Sri Ram then mounted his aerial car, and joyfully now the procession began to Ayodhya. The term of Lord Rama's exile was about to expire, so 364 and maybe a few hours now remaining. To go. Bharat started the preparations, and he seldom put both feet on the ground, Katha tells us. Long ago, when family, relatives and so forth would be coming from abroad, they're coming to stay with us at home. I'm speaking back in Trinidad. 1 month before, when that telegram comes, arriving so-and-so date, mommy is like, clean, wash, scrub. You all remember those days, paint even sometimes, right? This is what was happening in Ayodhya. Rama is coming, decorate the place, like Diwali what we do to our homes. Devotees, Bharat then rushed now to the queen's apartments and announced to them, Rama, Sita and Lakshman were arriving. And the three mothers now, you could imagine, filled with joy when a child is coming home to a mother, whether from college or from another country. Could you imagine the joy now in the hearts of the three mothers? The news now reached all ears in lightning speed. In those days, there was no WhatsApp, no text messaging, none of that. But word of mouth now, news reached all over Ayodhya. Bharat then collected all the sages, the scholars and the preceptors, and he walked forward now with Shatrughan, side by side, to greet Lord Rama. While nearing Ayodhya now, Rama began to describe the beauty of the city to the Vanas and others around. O Sugriv, O Angad, O Vibhishan, Ayodhya is indeed a holy city. It is so beautiful. We'll sing one line of this bhajan as Lord Rama approaches Ayodhya. Hey Siya Rama, O Rama Rama, Prabhu Rama Ayodhya mein aaye, chalo re Sakhi Ram se mile, chalo re Sakhi Ram. Come on, sing with me. O Prabhu Rama Ayodhya mein aaye, chalo re Rama Lakshman Janaka Dulari, Rama Lakshman Janaka Dulari, Hanuman Sangh mein aaye, chalo re Sakhi Ram se mile, chalo re Sakhi Ram se mile. O Prabhu Rama Ayodhya mein aaye, chalo re Sakhi Ram se mile, chalo re Sakhi Ram se mile. Hey Siya Rama, Ramachandra Bhagavan ki Jai. Devotees, just as Lord Rama is arriving in Ayodhya tonight, where's Lord Rama on the altar? Where is he? Behind me? Alright, take off all of your right hands and raise it up in the air like this now. Try to reach Lord Rama where he is. And bring the hands like this now and place him into your heart. Prabhu Rama Ayodhya mein aayi, chalo re Sakhi Ram se mile. Rama is now in Ayodhya in our hearts, devotees. In the midst now, by the way, don't let him escape from the heart. Keep him right here in Ayodhya. Okay? In the midst of Rama's description of this beautiful city, Bharat suddenly appeared now at the head of the armed forces with his brother and the queens. And as the heavens open up now with the autumn moon, the vast population, they had a breath of a sigh of relief now. There is Lord Rama. Finally, we have been rescued. This is the feeling now in Ayodhya. The excitement reached now the skies. They were elated as they were singing. The mothers, could you imagine, they embraced Rama with ecstatic delight now. They forgot about everything else. And they were caught now in this flood of happiness. Sri Ram, Lakshman and Mother Sita, they fell to the mother's feet and took the blessings. Devotees, to the children in the audience tonight, there are many of you here. I'm so proud to see many children in the audience tonight. I ask you this question, don't answer me now. When was the last time you bowed to your parents' feet? And if the answer is more than one day, see me after the Katha. No, I have Persad for you. I didn't mean anything by it. Devotees, Bharat, as feeble as he was, bowed to his brother Rama. How do you think he bowed? Hey Ram, how you going, boy? No. Dandavat, that's right, the word is dandavat. Danda means a stick. When a stick falls to the ground, how it falls? Like, flat like this. Bharat fell, dandavat kare, like he did in the previous Katha. Fell to the feet of Lord Rama, let his head touch his feet and washed the feet of his brother with his tears that were flowing from his eyes. Lord Rama blessed him in return. And then preparations now. All of the Vedic scholars, all of the Pandits, the Purohits, all the sadhus, they began to chant Vedic mantras to celebrate the arrival of Sri Ram. Victory for hundreds of years. Live prosperously for hundreds of years. Jai Sri Ram was the chant. Brothers and sisters, as Bharat and Shatrughan were washing the feet of Lord Rama pleaded with them, please Bhaiya, please Ayana, please get up now. They didn't want to leave the feet. Who would want to leave the feet of Lord Rama if he were to walk in here today? Who would want to get up from holding that feet? Because that is heaven. That is the feet. And so too, bow. That is the heaven we speak about. Jai Sri Ram. Brothers and sisters, the delight in their minds now was filled with joy. This beauty, this splendor that was taking place. They were now in a deep ocean of bliss like we are here tonight, listening to Ram Katha. The ocean of bliss. Sugriv, Neel, Nal, Angad, Hanumanji and others, they dressed up now, beautiful costumes they wore now for this occasion. And the citizens were overjoyed. Brothers and sisters, Rama introduced Hanumanji, Neel, Nal, Angad and so forth to his mothers. He says, these are my mothers. And then what did the Devanas say? We see the mothers who gave birth to God himself. You are indeed most worthy of worship. The Devanas are saying this. Bless us, O Ma. Bless us, O mothers. Bless us graciously. And then Kaushalya now, the queen, addressed them. She says, O Vanas, you are as dear to me as my own son Rama himself. How do you think they felt? You are as dear to me as of my own son Rama. And then, deliberating amongst themselves, they ascended the chariots now, brought to them. Remember, all of this was taking place outside. They couldn't wait for them to come into the city. They went outside the city to meet them. Then they all got into the chariots now and came into the city. Brothers and sisters, Goswami Tulsidas writes, he says, the chariot that took Rama entered the streets which were bustling with excitement, singing and so forth. They were beating the kettle drums like tasa and majiras, jhal and so forth, lots of singing. And lamps were being lit like Diwali. It wasn't Diwali, but lamps were lit as a form of welcome. And they were waving the lamps like arti, like this, as they were passing by. The roads were soaked with fragrant rose water. They didn't have Estee Lauder and all these other perfumes and things in those days. Rose water. Fragrant smell of rose water. Very pure. Lavender. Jasmine, yes. You know, as the chariot passed, showers of flowers now began to rain upon them. The king is here. And the three brothers and the three mothers with Sita at his side, Rama gave immense joy to the thousands that were packed to the side of the roads. Devotees, when they reached the palace now, every single one, every servant, every maid that were there, began now to wash the feet of Lord Rama. And a devotee of Lord Rama says, you know, O Rama, I've come to worship you. Please don't ever leave Ayodhya again. Please remain let me remain at your lotus feet. Keep me in your abode, O Rama. Please don't go away. We sing, and I want you to clap your hands again tonight. Come on. Rama ho Rama re, bhul mat jana, teri Ayodhya chhod. O Ram ji, teri Ayodhya chhod. लाया फल लाया तेरे लिए, फूल लाया फल लाया तेरे लिए, बोलो। तुझको चढ़ाऊंगा वापस ना जाऊंगा, तुझको चढ़ाऊंगा वापस ना जाऊंगा, तेरी अयोध्या छोड़ के। बोलो रामा रे भूल मत जाना, लाया दही लाया तेरे लिए, दूध लाया दही लाया तेरे लिए, तुझको खिलाऊंगा वापस ना जाऊंगा, तुझको तेरी अयोध्या छोड़ के ओ राम जी तेरी अयोध्या छोड़ के। धूप लाया दीप लाया तेरे लिए, धूप लाया दीप लाया तेरे लिए, तुझको दिखाऊंगा वापस न जाऊंगा, तेरी अयोध्या छोड़ के भूल मत जाना, तेरी अयोध्या ओ राम जी तेरी अयोध्या। One more time, oh everybody, राम रे भूल मत जाना, तेरी अयोध्या ओ राम जी तेरी अयोध्या, ओ राम जी तेरी अयोध्या। प्रेम से बोलो प्रभु रामचंद्र भगवान की जय। You all sound very beautifully. We'll do it again. And as time permitted now, they entered the palace, and Vashishta, the royal preceptor, he announced the date now for the celebration of Rama's coronation. Remember, Rama was not coronated before going into the forest. Very, very important indeed. And he also invited all the Pandits, all the priests now to take part in the ceremonies that the Vedas has prescribed now for this coronation. Brothers and sisters, I will summarize the next few pages of the Katha because it's very, very lengthy, and I'll give you the salient points. Rama and Lakshman and Shatrughan, they had to give a bath to Bharat. Remember, Bharat's hair was matted. He didn't take a bath for years. No, I didn't mean that. Sorry. I was trying to see if you're paying attention. How can somebody not take a bath for years? No. Devotees, his hair was matted and he was fasting. He was down to the bone now. They washed him. They combed his hair. When last have you seen brothers combing each other's hair? Or getting them dressed to go to school? Even sisters for that matter. We're picking on brothers tonight. Devotees, they combed his hair, and at the same time, the queens were giving Mother Sita a bath as well. And decked off now in gold jewelry, in the best of silk fabrics, preparing now for coronation. And then, proper arrangements were also made for all the guests who had come with them. And the three brothers personally poured holy water and attended to Bharat while he bathed. When Mother Sita was dressed now with a silk and a fabric and all his gold jewelry, though Swami Tulsidas said she looked like a radiant Mahalakshmi. Mahalakshmi she is. The three mothers experienced the highest bliss looking at Rama and Sita now seated together. They said, isn't this our luckiest day to see our children now on the throne? They said, today our lives have achieved fulfillment, and today our dearest wish has come true. Today our eyes have had their purpose realized. The mothers are saying this to themselves. They lost all consciousness in their bodies or surroundings, watching Rama and Sita and taking them now to be Narayan and his consort Lakshmi. Vashishta, the great sage, was moved by this splendor that shone on Rama's face, and he was delighted beyond the measure of Rama's form. He says, today I achieved the goal for which I've been waiting for so long. That joy of bliss. And then he went into silence. Then, the throne now, if you could imagine, was set with all kinds of gems, jewels, decked off in gold, diamonds. And Rama prostrated now before the Guru. He bowed to the sage Vashishta and others and fell to the queen's mother's feet. And then he prostrated before the entire assembly. If you remember, in the Swayamvar, when he went to the court of the King Janak, when he had to lift the bow of Bhagwan Shiva, the Dhanush, when all the thousands of kings and princesses, they went with all their muscle and their mind, they could not even shake the bow. What did Rama do? First, he looked at Mother Sita. Secondly, he bowed to his guru because his father wasn't there. And thirdly, he bowed to every single one of his competitors. All those who were gathered, not a single one of them did that. Why? It shows humility. It shows humility. He didn't go up there and say, I am a boss, I'm going to break this thing with one finger. No. He was humble. And this is why, with the blessings of Lord Shiva, he was able to break that bow. Coming back to our Katha tonight. Everyone rejoiced now because the coronation was about to take place. Rama is about to alight now onto the throne. And it was the 7th day of the dark half of the moon in the month of Vaisakha, April, May, right around this time. And taking the permission of the assembly now, with the assent of the Pandits, they crowned Rama. Devotees, all of the kettle drums again, the horns, the trumpets, could you imagine the noise? It was celebration time. And then the gods now began to beat their drums in heaven as celestial musicians sang. Brothers and sisters, with Sita Ma seated on his left now, Rama manifested through his smile and through his face the beauty of 1 billion Manmatas. What is a Manmata? Manmata is the god of love rolled into one. Rolled into one. So like 1 billion Manmatas was on the face of Lord Rama. The Katha tells us Rama wore silk, gold, and he had pendants, he had earrings and precious gems, and he wore ornaments on his ankles and wrists, which derived beauty from his entrancing charm. And those who witness now this ceremony witness one of the greatest epics of Ramayana. In summary, Bhagwan Sri Satya Sai Baba teaches us. He says embodiments of love. All objects in the world are liable to change. The only thing constant in this world is change. That's a physics law. All living beings must pass someday, as we said in the beginning of the Katha. What is born, anything that is born must die. But ideals and sacred objectives established in human hearts forever from our scriptures, they will remain there forever like Ram. If one has to live up to an ideal, he must be prepared to face difficulties, ordeals, and calamities and trials. Just ask any Pandit. All the stones will be thrown, but you must be prepared for it and have a good strong heart with Rama in it as well. These ideals have to be continued up to the present day to glow in the hearts of people, because we must upheld in spite of all the ordeals. It must be upheld. Eons may come and go, continents may appear and disappear, people may pass away, but the ideals and values that we stand for must be a perennial source of inspiration to the world. What cannot be achieved through physical prowess, through the strength of numbers, or the power of wealth, can be accomplished through the power of buddhi and intelligence and pranayam and chanting of the name of Ram. Make no mistake. Just ask Hanumanji. Mister, nothing is impossible. Why? Because Rama is in every single cell of his body. Vivek, wisdom, is the hallmark of intelligence. And man acquires this wisdom when we adhere, when we stick to the truth and the pursuit of dharma, righteousness. Wisdom cannot be nourished if we are not following the truth. And the sun and the moon are shining in the world. People imagine that each one of them is shining in its own. Does the moon shine without the sun? I've seen some heads shaking yes and no. Does the moon ever shine without the sun?
No.
Why? Why not?
Because the sun reflects the moon.
What is your name, son?
Dawn.
Don? And you have to make sure you hook him up after the Katha, eh? Give him a lovely round of applause. Yes, he pays attention in class. It is a mere reflection of the sun, son. Sun, no pun intended. Sorry? He's a professor. He will be a professor. Likewise, the physical sun is self-luminous. However, we'll see the shadow of the moon will cross the sun on Monday. That is the eclipse. The moon shines because it is reflected, the light is reflected from the sun. Now, people imagine that this thing called Vivek and Buddhi are unique and of its own kind. But the light of wisdom can only come from Buddhi or knowledge. You see, the illumination of this Buddhi or knowledge is due to the Atma, the indwelling spirit. Human beings in their ignorance consider only illumination from wisdom and intelligence. forgetting the basic source of their effulgence. Our Atma, this soul, yes, as a consequence, we forfeit the essential value of human quality. The Atma is the foundation, it is Brahman. It is Paratattva, supreme cosmic principle. It is the Paramatma, omniself. And it is the avataric principle. Common folks can derive no benefit from the formless absolute that looks up into Kailash where Bhagwan Shiva or Vaikuntha where Lord Vishnu is. It is not possible to worship formless absolute. This is why we have the forms here in the Murtis. Hence, the Rama avatar appeared in human form to enable humanity to experience the formless in a form which is accessible to them and helpful to them. All of the avatars, Christ, Buddha, every one of them. An avatar assumes the form that is beneficial to and within reach of human beings. You can relate. Swami is one of them, avatars. An effort must be made to understand the nature of this divinity. Daivam manushya rupena, declares the scripture, God in human form. It is only when God comes in human form can human beings have the full opportunity to experience that divine. When human life gets sublimated, it gets divinized. Let me explain. Life times infinity is God. I repeat, life times infinity is God. Virat Sarupa, the cosmic form, is body times infinity. The cosmic form is body times infinity. But the mind times infinity is Hiranyagarbha. What is Hiranyagarbha? The cosmic consciousness. God, or Virat Sarupa, and Hiranyagarbha, they are not distinct entities located in specific places like Kashi or Kailash. They are immanent in every single one of us. Every single one of us. All religions in this world have come to existence to make man realize the source from which he has come and to which he should return. Let me repeat that. All religions in this world have come into existence to make man realize the source from which he has come and that to which he has returned. None is better than the other. Don't anybody fool you. My religion better than yours? No. Religion is man-made. And by the way, there are no religions that teach that you should kill or you should destroy. That is wrong. Love shines radiantly through the cosmos. Love shines radiantly through the cosmos. The cosmos is permeated by the Lord. The Atma that is immanent in this cosmic consciousness is not visible to this phenomenal world, this mundane world. Common folks will look at this visible universe as it appears to them physically. And this is a most common experience. To view the universe as divine, it calls for supreme exercise in spirituality. You see this exercise we did here tonight at Amar Jyoti? This is a divine experience in supreme spirituality. We are awakening the Shakti. We are awakening that sleeping coil, which is called the Sushumna Nadi, which is the backbone of each and every one of us. And when that spirituality, when that coil opens, the body begins to vibrate like this. We call it Shakti. We call it energy. And that energy flows up and opens each and every one of these chakras. And then the lotus on top of our heads open. And what happens when that lotus opens? We start that connection with God. This is our goal. This is the aim. I quote from the scriptures. Sarvam kalahu idam brahma. All of this is Brahman. Vishwam Vishnu Swarupa. The cosmos is a manifestation of the divine. Ishwar Asarvam. The Lord is everything. On the basis of the Vedic pronouncements, the whole universe should be regarded as a creation of the manifestation of the Supreme Lord. And if that is the case, then why are there wars in the world today? Why are there about to be more wars? If everything is a manifestation of the Supreme Lord. Jai Shri Ram. Prem se bolo Prabhu Ramachandra Bhagavan ki, Pavan Putra Hanuman ki, Shiva Shakti Bhagavan ki. Jai. Thank you so much for allowing me this opportunity to sit amongst you this evening and to expound from Sri Ramcharitamanas. We are just a few minutes over time, but I've already asked Auntie Raju to go a few minutes over because we'll have a few bhajans by the group. But let us sing a community bhajan now. And as we close Katha, awake and chant, O man, the names of Sri Ram. By his grace, the birds and Mother Earth will awaken pre-dawn hours of the day. Life is empty. This human birth is useless without singing his praises. Sri Ram is in our body, in our mind, in our life, the benefactor. He is dear to us. Let us glorify him. Are kahe sutalwa ho manwa japle Sita Ram. Don't forget the clap, eh? Kahe sutalwa ho sutalwa ho manwa japle Sita Ram, Sita Ram, Sita Ram, और भई जब पंछी जागे जागे धरती माता, राम भजन बिन सूना जीवन काहे जन्म गवाता। मिट जाए है रे दुखरे सारे, मिट जाए है दुखरे सारे, पै है बहुत आराम काहे सुतलवा हो, काहे सुतलवा हो, मनवा चले सीताराम, सीताराम, सीताराम। राम है हमारा तन मन जीवन, राम है हमरे दाता, ओ राम हमारे दाता। फिर संगी वो राम रमैया और सभी जुट जाता, वो है स्वामी जगत रचैया, वो है स्वामी जगत रचैया, उनके सभी गुलाम गाए सुतलवा हो, गाए सुतलवा हो, मनवा चले सीताराम, सीताराम, सीताराम। सुतलवा हो, गाए सुतलवा हो, मनवा चले सीताराम, सीताराम, सीताराम। गाए सुतलवा हो, गाए सुतलवा हो, मनवा चले सीताराम, सीताराम, सीताराम। गाए सुतलवा हो, गाए सुतलवा हो, मनवा चले सीताराम, सीताराम, सीताराम। प्रेम से बोलो प्रभु रामचंद्र भगवान की जय। Before we go to bhajans, we will do Katha Visarjan and then conclude with a couple of bhajans. प्रेम से बोलो प्रभु रामचंद्र भगवान की। कथा विसर्जन हो तो है, सुनो वीर हनुमान, रामा लक्ष्मण जानकी सदा करो कल्याण। एक घड़िया दो घड़ी साधो में पुनियार, तुलसी संगत साधिके देखो ते अपराध। ओ जो जन जहाँ से आए हो, ओ जो जन जहाँ से आए हो, जो जन जहाँ से आए हो, कथा सुनो मन लाए, अपने अपने ध्यान को विदा होत हर्षाए। सब आसन गए शंभु गए कैलाश, रामायण मम हृदय महान, आन करहु तुम पार। ओ रामा लक्ष्मण जानकी, ओ रामा लक्ष्मण जानकी, रामा लक्ष्मण जानकी। भरत शत्रुघ्न भाई, कथा विसर्जन होत है, एक शीशन भाई। धन्य घड़ी महायादि की, जहाँ होत हरि नाम, नर के कौम्य कराइए, लड़ गई ये वह जान। राम राम कहे राम कहे, राम राम कहे राम। प्रेम से बोला everybody, बोल। राम राम कहे राम कहे, राम राम कहे राम। कथा विसर्जन होत है, ग्रंथ की न विस्मरण, परमं विचित्रं लीला विभूतिं परमात्मैष्ठां मोक्षप्रदातं मामा विभूतिं विरमाश्रयामि परमं पवित्रं मामा विभूतिं परमं विचित्रं लीला विभूतिं समस्तलोकान् सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्तलोकान् सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्तलोकान् सुखिनो भवन्तु प्रभु रामचंद्र भगवान की जय. We'll have a couple bhajans and then we will perform arti and bring this evening of devotion to a close. Thank you very much. Those of you joining us online as well, we say thank you. We're coming to you live tonight from the Amar Jyoti Mandir here in Miami, Hibiscus Street in Miami. And this is our home temple. Please join us for services for Navaratri, Hanuman Jayati, etc. And we'll be on again with you tomorrow night, live from Toronto, Canada. Jai Shri Ram. Please stay tuned for more bhajans.
जनहितकारी जय जय राम जनहितकारी जय जय राम भाव भय भंजन जय जय राम जनहितकारी जय जय राम भाव भय भंजन जय जय राम जनहितकारी जय जय राम भाव भय मेरी झोपड़ी के बाहर आज खुले जाएंगे राम आएंगे मेरी
While they sing it.
Praise the Lord, Ramachandra Bhagavan ki jai. Any questions before we go into arti? Don't be shy.
When are you coming back?
Aksanti Raju. She will give me the visa. I'll be back. I think you missed the first part of the Katha. I'll be back 3 more times, at least I know of. 3 more times for the rest of the years. We'll get the dates, right? Yeah, it's written in stone, trust me. Thank you so much for being such a wonderful audience. It's always good to be home here at Amar Jyoti Mandir. I'm still your spiritual leader, but the Vijay is your resident Pandit. He's doing a marvelous job. Give him a lovely round of applause. I believe we have to head out to Orlando this evening. And to all the musicians and singers, the Kasi family and Bhai Nirmal for coming with us from Fort Lauderdale. And most importantly, our sound engineer, because without him we couldn't hear anything tonight. Shivaji, thank you as well. Shamji also came in. Sham is also a very good sound engineer. And our brother Leonji as well. Thank you so much. If for any reason there are some parts of the Katha that didn't add up or didn't make sense, I think it all did, but let me know. I'll be more than happy to go into a bit more detail. But in the meantime, let me just say how wonderful it was sharing this evening with you in this very holy shrine of Amar Jyoti Mandir. We have come a long way in this Mandir. You remember when the Mandir we had a little kutya, so to speak, in the corner. Now, thanks to Brother Leon and others, we have expanded, we've brought forward these beautiful murtis, and murtis are smiling. When you go into a mandir and you see murtis are smiling, things are good. Yes. And continue your sadhana, continue your devotion. Remember, the auspicious days of Navaratri begins next Tuesday. You should already be fasting. Hint, hint. Okay. 9 nights of Navaratri. Then we go 5 days after, on the 23rd, to Sri Hanuman Jayanti. Very auspicious time of the year. Also, Ram Navami comes right after the Navaratri on the 10th day. So, with that said, let us all please stand, if you can, for arti. And you're welcome to come and pass the thali to the murtis. And we'll sing Ramayana arti tonight. And also I ask you, as the arti comes to you, please make your contributions to this beautiful ashram so we can keep the lights on and we can keep serving Sanatan Dharma. Prem se bolo Shri Satya Sanatan Dharma ki jai. Om Sajan Chavacha Samyuktam Vahina Yojitam Maya Deepam Grahanadeva Shatrailukyam Temilapaham Yanikani Chapapani Janmayantarkatani Chaha Tani Tani Vinashyanti Pradakshanam Pade Pade आरती श्री रामायण जी की कीरति कलित ललित सिय की हो। आरती श्री रामायण जी की आरती श्री रामायण जी की कीरति कलित ललित सिय की। गावत ब्रह्मा दिख मुनि नारद वाल्मीकि विज्ञान विशारद सुख सनकादि शेष शारद वर्णि पवन सुत कीरति की। आरती श्री रामायण जी की कीरति कलित ललित सिय की। चारहु वेद पुराण अष्टदश चहु शास्त्र सब ग्रंथन को रस हनुमन धन संतन को सरवस सारहंस सम्मत सबही। आरती श्री रामायण जी की आरती श्री रामायण जी की कीरति कलित ललित सिय की। संतत गावत शंभु भवानी अर्भत संभव मुनि विज्ञानी व्यास आदि कवि पूज बखानी भागव सुंद गरुड़ के आरती श्री रामायण जी की कीरति कलित ललित सिय की। आरती श्री रामायण जी की आरती श्री रामायण जी की कीरति कलित ललित सिय की। कलिमल हरणि विषय रस पीगी सुभग सिंगार मोक्ति युवती की। हरणि रोग भव मूर्यमी तात मात सब विधि तुलसी की। आरती श्री रामायण जी की कीरति कलित ललित सिय की। आरती श्री रामायण जी की आरती श्री रामायण जी की कीरति कलित ललित सिय की। आरती श्री रामायण जी की कीरति कलित ललित सिय की। श्री राम राम जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय 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 जय राम ओम श्री राम 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 जय राम जय जय राम प्रभु रामचंद्र भगवान की जय। Brothers and sisters, with our eyes gently closed, our hands clasped, We give praise and thanks this evening to Bhagwan for allowing us this golden opportunity to sit among such beautiful souls in Satsangh, to sing, to chant and to glorify, to listen to the scriptures of Bhagwan from the Sri Ramcharitamanas. Hey Prabhu, Anand Data, Gyan हमको कीजिए, सिख सारे दुर्गुणों को दूर हमसे कीजिए प्रभु, लीजिए हमको शरण में हम सदाचारी बने, ब्रह्मचारी धर्म रक्ष वीर व्रतधारी बने. ओ विश्वानि देवा, सवितर दुर्तानि परासो, यत् बदरम तनासो. मेरी विनती सुनो हे राम, 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 मेरी विनती सुनो हे राम. त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव, त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव, त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव, त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव देव. असतो मा सद्गमय, तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय, मृत्युर्मा अमृतं गमय. From truth, lead us on to truth. From darkness, lead us on to light. And from death, lead us on to eternity. Mantrahinam kriyahinam bhaktihinam janadhanam yat pujitam maya deva paripurnam tadastu me. Om Shiva Hare Shiva Ram Sake Prabhu, Trividuta Panivaran He Vibhu, Aj Janeshwar Yadav Pahi Ma. Shiva Hare Vijayam Kuru Mevalam, Kamalalochana Rama Dayanidhi, Araguru Gritarakshaka Gopade, Shivatano Bhava Shankara Pahi Ma. Shiva Hare Vijayam Kuru Mevalam, Pratidinam Kushalam Jai Mangalam, Pratidinam Kushalam Jai Mangalam, Pratidinam Kushalam Jai Mangalam. O Mangalam Bhagavan Vishnu, Mangalam Garudajaha, Mangalam Pundarikaksha, Mangalayatano Hari. Om Dyoho Shanti, Antarikshagam Shanti, Prithvi Shanti, Apa Shanti, Aushadeva Shanti, Vanaspati Shanti, Vishwadeva Shanti, Brahma Shanti, Sarvagam Shanti, Om Shanti Deva, Shanti Sama, Shanti Devi, Harihi Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. प्रेम से बोलो गजानन स्वामी की, उमापति महादेव की, सत्य सनातन धर्म की, प्रभु रामचंद्र भगवान की, पवन पुत्र हनुमान की, आके वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की, भवानी शंकर माता की. लिंगम नमो पार्वते पतये, हर हर महादेव. अमर ज्योति मंदिर की जय. जय जय सीताराम. सबको आसन लीजिए. Please take your seats. Your arti will come to you. I believe your prasadam as well. And Savi Didi, I don't have the dates, but I think it's 3 months from now, right? Every quarter. So January, February, March, this is April, May, June, July. So auntie, sometime in late July, August, I'll be back for the second one, right? If not before. 27th of? Oh, sorry, see, sorry, to keep me honest. July 27th. Treasurer, sorry. July 27th, mark the dates in your calendar, invite your friends and relatives. We'll be back again for Satsang here at Amar Jyoti. Once again, Koti Dhanyavad. Please enjoy the rest of the evening, drive safely to your homes. Have a blissful and peaceful Navratri. Make it count, okay? The 9 nights of Navratri means that we get rid of 9 negative things in our lives. So please remove 1 every night of Navratri. Bhavani Shankar Mata ki Jai. And we need to find out what missing from the Devi's hands that bothered me. What is that? What is that, auntie?